Hello everybody, welcome back to my videos. I've got a little treat for y'all today. This video is going to be a bit different than all previous videos. Let's turn it this way. See if y'all can catch that Charizard on the wall. Unfortunately, I wish I had drawn it a little bit bigger, but that's alright. I'm doing some Pokemon theory today, something I've never done, you know. I just watched a YouTube video. I can't remember who the producer of the video was off of YouTube, talking about who would be stronger out of red and gold. Well, I got to thinking, and I was like, you know what? He's wrong on multiple facts, right? And this is why I say so, because I'm sitting here playing Soul Silver. Oh shit. Soul Silver, you know, which I'm gonna factor in, you know, not the updated Pokemon Rada. I'm not gonna add all those other Pokemon. I'm just gonna go by the original Kanto and Johto Pokemon. What he didn't factor in was the fact that Gold could have gone and done the bug catching contest in right north of Goldenrod, between Goldenrod and Ecruteak City. That was a real thing in the game, you know. Even in the Pokemon series, you know. There's Scyther there, there's Beedrill, there's Butterfree, there's multiple bug Pokemon. That's really besides the point. He did get the team right for Ash, aka Red, because that is the team that he did have on Mount Silver. But what he didn't factor in is that he trained for 3 years, but the rate of which Pokemon appear is on a different scale of what it is in the game and on the anime and so on and so forth. And not only that, the Pokemon of this area, the majority of what I'm finding right now is level 42, which is the majority Ponyta, you know. I haven't really found anything besides Ponyta right at this second, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to. There's also a lot of other factors that you got to conclude from Gold's side. We know what experience Silver was at and what level his Pokemon were at in the game. Alright, on Mount Silver. So if he's basing it off that, then he needs to base it off that level. Well, whenever I played Gold, Silver, and Crystal, and even Heart Gold, Soul Silver, every Pokemon I had were in their 80s and 90s. His top Pokemon, if I'm not mistaken, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, were in the mid-70s, somewhere around there. I'm headed up there right now to face him. I don't know if I think I've already beat him, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get to face him. But that's besides the point. Say level 48 Onix. You're not getting much experience from that. Plus, you got to calculate the move differences between the moves that they had back in those days and the moves they had in Johto. Because, you know, not only different Pokemon, that's also different base stats for each and every one of them Pokemon. None of that Red's Pokemon were Megas, so they didn't get that huge enhancement. Alright. Another thing. Typhlosion, Gold didn't have to start off with Typhlosion. I'm pretty sure that was the most common choice. It was my choice. I love Typhlosion, matter of fact. I'll let y'all see. That's who I'm actually traveling with right now is my Typhlosion. He's one of my all-time favorite Pokemon. I love him. I really want to build it in my Soul Silver and Heart of Gold. Or not Soul Silver, Heart of Gold. I'm sorry, folks. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, I want to build a team specifically around Typhlosion because he is one of my all-time favorites. Another thing is you know, he could, like I was saying, he could have started with level 51 Golbat. Okay, so they do get up a little bit in level, but at level 70, it's still not that great. And when you do face him, his Pokemon's level's at that level. So the 3 years, regardless, he spent 3 years, whatever level all his stuff was at, you know, the end of the Pokemon League, which are probably somewhere around 50 or 60s, maybe even a little bit higher than that. That means 3 years. He must have been wasting a lot of time in those 3 years because to get his Pokemon only to level 70. Because at the rate you level up on actual, because the game Gold, Silver, and Crystal went day and night for you, as in real life, right? Because it had a time setting. Well, here's the thing. It took, I guarantee you, it took me maybe a week whenever I got to that point and my Pokemon were higher level than his. All my Pokemon, whenever I faced him, going, you know, not just spending a bunch of time training, just straight through a story, straight through everything, you know, battling all the trainers, granted, but not beating a bunch of wild Pokemon. All my Pokemon were still level 86 is what my Typhlosion is at. I just got him out of my box. I got the original team I went up against Silver with. I don't know if he ever appears back. I'm gonna check. I never really found out because I moved on to the newer games and everything. So, but I'm about to find that out. But anyway, the whole point to the matter is the fact that you don't know specifically. Yes, okay, he would have had Suicune. Alright, Suicune wanted him to be his trainer, Rada Rada. Alright, you got to factor in, yes, he would have got Hitmonchan or Hitmonlee. Or technically, this was a Johto Pokemon. It could have ended up being a Hitmontop. They do not know that. So he didn't factor that matter in. Which learns Fake Out, yada yada. You know, whatever. The battle that you have with them is single battle, so, you know. But we don't know what movesets were on each of those Pokemon because, okay, say he did have the Sudowoodo. That's a Rock-type Pokemon. There goes Charizard. Okay, Venusaur and Blastoise would have took him out easy. Granted, also Sudowoodo can learn Fighting-type moves. Hitmontop, Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, that's Fighting-type moves. That would have taken care of Snorlax. Alright. Typhlosion, depending on what starter you started off with, could have helped against Blastoise, Venusaur, or Charizard as well, which I would have, the way I chose it, you know, I was the same type as Charizard, so I didn't need the, you know, types, do the same type as him, so. But you gotta, alright, and then, I mean, there's too much to factor in with even just Johto and Kanto Pokemon. Alright, like, for instance, you know, Raikou and Entei were running around the board as well, so who knows, he could have had both of them. Those are both, you know, legendaries as well. He also had to go through the story to either beat Lugia or Ho-Oh in the storyline. So he could have had Lugia or Ho-Oh on his team as well. So that puts him at more legendaries than Red would have. Which Red had Mewtwo, but because of the uncontrolled power did not have Mewtwo with him. During that 3 years of training, why did he not have his Mewtwo with him and train him? And here's another fact. Whenever you go through the Kanto region and get to that point, you get to enter that same cave and battle Mewtwo as well. Catch him, not catch him, regardless. That's another chance you could have had Mewtwo. So that leads to the theory that maybe Red couldn't control the Mewtwo so much that he was like, alright, let's release him. it's, you know, too much for me, or whatever the case might have been. I'm not trying to downgrade Red. It's just there's way too much to factor in. Yeah, he might have had more experience, whatever. But the point is, if that was his strongest Pokemon, why didn't he have it with him? You know? And also the simple fact that, I mean, look at my team. Matter of fact, exactly it. Look at my team. Alright? Okay. I got my Typhlosion with me. Alright? You gotta look at Lugia. That's level 76. Alright, Entei level 75. Raikou level 74. Mewtwo level 70. And Articuno. When you're going through the Kanto, you do come across the 3 legendary birds. Okay, granted, that's not in the main story. That's just side, just like in Entei and Raikou is. But Heart Gold, or not Heart of Gold, Gold, Silver, Crystal, regardless, you come across Entei, or not Entei, but Suicune, Lugia, or Ho-Oh, whichever, you know. So you need to factor that in as well, which, you know, Ho-Oh, is a very high-rated mythical Pokemon. It's supposed to be mythical, but it's technically just regular legendary in this day and age. Lugia is known as the Guardian of the Sea, which makes you wonder why he ain't water type, but it's whatever. So all I'm getting at is there's just way too much to try to factor in. Now I'm going to try to get to Silver here real quick, if he's still there. I'm not answering your phone call, Ralph. Okay. Just give me a second, folks. I don't say Ursaring level 50 in this area. Okay, that's a little bit better, but that's still not that high on the experience rating. If it was stuff like, I don't know, Chansey's and stuff like that, it might be a bit different story, because I know they give you a good bit of experience. Level 48 Teddiursa. See, all the pre-evolved Pokemon in this area, that's not even helping you. That they don't give you that much experience. Yeah, I have max repels. Let me get through this area quick. Yeah, I took a wrong turn up there, but that's alright. Alright, let's see. Just give me a few minutes, folks. Apparently I have 84 repels, 92 super repels, and 45 max repels. That's crazy. I don't even know why I had all that. I suppose it's because at that time I had so much money from just battling, because you get the chance to battle the same trainers over and over and over and over, you know, so I suppose that was probably why. I'm not 100% certain on that, but that's probably a good reason why. And say that's another thing I used to love, you know, mountain climbing and in the games using the move rock climb. I'm hoping for in the new Sun and Moon that they contribute all the original HMs, whatever, to it, not just a few of them. But we'll see how that turns out. Apparently that was the wrong way too, so I'm gonna have to go back down the mountain. I will admit, from the looks of it, the graphics they got on the new games are A grade, top, excellent, wonderful graphics from the looks. I did agree with the fact that he was talking about there being a chance that we may be going back to Kalos. I was thinking that was a pretty cool idea. Offhand chance of being able to return to another region and possibly get the badges from that region again, like they did in Gold, Silver, Crystal, not Omega Ruby, Ruby, Heart of Gold, Soul Silver, whatever. Whether that'll be a true thing or not, we've yet to find out. I am also hyped to find out all about this new Break Evolution, because from what I hear, that is the Break Evolution. Yeah, he's not here. All that time for nothing. But either way, you gotta take the good with the bad. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some drawbacks on the storyline, and there always is. Teach Sub-Zero. Yes, I named my Articuno Sub-Zero. Teach him Fly. We'll get rid of Agility. Back then, the movesets really didn't do a lot of factoring in. I mean, they helped because there was the way the multiplayer went back then wasn't as widespread and as, I'm gonna just use the word updated, as it is these days. So it wasn't as used as much. Most people just did like System Link, where they was right beside each other. Back in the old days, they had the cords to go to each other. I remember back whenever I used my Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance SP. Yeah, those were the days. Those were the days. Those are the days you really it was actual. You had to come together with people just to, if you wanted trades and whatever. So I'm gonna fly over to Red's house. Well, apparently I gotta fly over here first. And see, that's another thing that he also didn't factor in, that maybe the Elite Four was different than in Johto's timing than it was in Kanto, Red's time. So, that even the Elite Four, they're always talking about themselves training, so they have different Pokemon, stronger Pokemon, as the time goes on and everything. So I thought that was a little bit, they just don't give Gold enough credit, is what I think it is. About, because Red's only been to, one area. You got to think that that was a lot more trainers, because Gold faced every trainer that, except for, all the Team Rocket, which he did face Team Rocket, but not the entire Team Rocket storyline from the original. But that's still every other trainer that Red faced, Gold faced. Besides, there was one change in the Elite Four. I think it went for Koga. Matter of fact, Koga is the one who joined the Elite Four. Alright, we'll fly over to there. Red's been away. He hasn't called either, so I have no idea where he is or what he's doing. So I guess once you beat him, you never get to see him again. Yeah, that's not really cool. I like all the newer games better in that sense. You get to see your rival. It's not really much of a rival if they never actually make him strong enough to where he can actually win a battle, because nobody who ever plays this game is just gonna not train their Pokemon enough to where they know they can go through the rival the first time, you know. And I think they should implement the idea that, you know, if you lose to your rival, then you just lose to your rival, and you can just go on with the story. You know, it is what it is. You just take a loss, and maybe they should do a better AI in the Pokemon that the rival has, to make it to where, you know, not every time you see them, they've gained just as much as experience as your Pokemon has, you know, and also factor in the experience, you know, that the opponent gets when they beat you. You know, it's just an idea. But this video is getting a little bit long, and I'm sorry for this. I really am. I didn't realize it's been 21 minutes already. So I'm going to cut this short. Well, not short, it's still long, but I'm going to cut this off. And just tell me what y'all's idea is. Thank y'all for watching the video, if y'all watched it all the way through, and I'll catch y'all later.